5, 4. Ding the phone.
Huh?
You use the phone.
Oh no.
3, 2.
Hi. And thank you for. Oh my God. Rewind.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Hello and welcome back to my video web series, Things Your Mama Never Told You. I am Dawn. So, once again, I'm not doing any chapter numbers because I forgot where I left off. So, but this chapter is very important to me because I finally realized my dream of becoming a wife and a mother, and it was almost destroyed by people's judgments and people's opinions. So I'm naming this "Becoming a Mom at 45" at the first time. So in my previous chapter, I briefly glossed over my experience with one particular doctor. So I'm going to get deeper in that. So February of 2017. I'll never forget. I was, I'm a massage therapist, and oh my God, I really was not feeling so well this particular day. So I had just finished one client's house. I'm mobile, so I was going from house to house. So my last appointment was just like 5 minutes away from my cousin's house. My cousin, who happens to be one of my best friends. So I called her up, and she said, "Oh yeah, come over." So got there, we sat and we're chatting, and she looked at me and she said, "Ooh, girl, you don't look too good." And I said, "I don't feel too good either." And then I had to run to the bathroom to throw up. And of course, Caribbean people, especially Guyanese people, we are a little bit extra. So she's running around her house. "Oh God, oh God, oh God, you're pregnant. Oh God, you're pregnant." And she called herself, "Javon, here's $1. Go to the store, get Donna Ginger Jada, go get Don some crackers. Oh God, she's pregnant." So I'm like, yeah. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm probably pregnant. So, and it was totally natural and it was a beautiful surprise. So after I got myself together, did 2 more clients, and I went home and I got a digital pregnancy test. And I took it the very next morning, and it said that I was pregnant. So my husband, well, he was my fiance at the time. That morning, he was coming back from out of the country. He went to Guyana with his father. So to be cute and adorable and, do something different, I got a gift box, and I put the pregnancy test in the gift box. And when he came in, we hugged, we kissed and everything, and I gave him the gift box. And he opened it up. He saw the pregnancy test, and he saw it was pregnant. He's like, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." And he took me, he held me, he hugged. We both cried because, unfortunately, our mothers are not around. Because my mom passed away 2 years prior in 2015, and his mother passed away in 2007. So we would have loved to have our mothers around in person. But you know what? They're here in spirit, and and their spirit dwells within our daughter. So the very next day, I went to a clinic because I didn't have a regular doctor. Because I lived in Miami for 12 years. I really did not develop a doctor relationship here in New York yet. So, and I was only home for like a couple of years, and I was taking care of my mother. So I went to the local clinic. As a black female doctor says to me, "So what brings you in today?" And I said, "Well, I took a pregnancy test. It came out positive. I came for confirmation." And she said, "Oh, why'd you get pregnant at this point? Do you not know about birth controls?" I said, "Wait, bitch, wait. Who the hell are you talking to?" And then, of course, I had a lot of choice words for her because what she did was disgusting. I mean, how dare you pass judgment on me? You took a Hippocratic oath not to cause harm. And it's not just bodily harm. You're causing emotional harm, mental harm, spiritual harm. You're still causing harm. And she says, how many kids you have? I said, this effing conversation is over and I am out of here. And by the way, this is my first child. And I let her know, guess what? I own a house in Miami. I own my apartment here. I drive a luxury car that I paid for in cash. So you can't tell me shit. Oh, I'm so sorry. And I said, no, you're about to be sorry when I talk to your director. I never pursued it. I was just so angry and so hurt. And this experience was almost ruined by her. And I got on the phone. One of my best friends, her name is Pam Best. She works for NYU Langone. NYU Langone. They're taking over a lot of practices, a lot of doctors' practices all around, throughout Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, Long Island. So they took over a lot of practices. And so she is an implementation manager. So she goes to each office and trains. She trains, she implements their systems, computer systems, rules, guidelines, everything to do with NYU Langone, and it has to be do the NYU way. So she's the best person. She's been to so many practices. So I called her up and I said, Pam, this is what happened. I am pregnant. Well, she screamed and she screamed and jumped for joy. She was like, oh my God, I'm so happy. Because you know what? This was a joyous occasion for everyone, you know? Everybody knew I've always wanted to be a wife and a mother, and it's finally happening. So so she said, don't worry. I gave her my insurance information, and she called me back the next day. Okay, you have an appointment this Friday with Dr. Ruggiero. I said, thank you. So I went to Dr. Ruggiero's office. Of course, my husband, he was there every step of the way. So went for the first checkup, and she looked at me, looked at the chart, looked at my husband, well, fiance at the time, looked at the chart, looked at me again, and she said, oh my goodness, Dawn, you're 44. You look amazing. Wow, and you got pregnant naturally. So happy for you. But you know, Dawn, I'm really worried about your blood pressure because you know what? I'm prone to hypertension. So she said, well, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to change your medication, you know, to control your blood pressure. This is what you're going to do. And this is what we're going to do. But don't worry, we're going to have a very healthy baby. And no, you're not going to go full time because I'm very worried about you. But we're going to have a very healthy baby. I was like, I love you. And I know she looked at me and was like, awkward. I guess I'm fond of you too. I don't know. We just met. But I felt that way because she made me feel so good. And throughout the pregnancy, we laughed together, we cried together. I went through a lot of stress. And it was, but thank goodness, my husband was there by my side. My family, they supported me. And I'm sorry, my little 4-year-old is crying in the background. I'm so sorry. I guess she wants to be in the shot also. And my husband is keeping her away. So sorry about the baby noise, but I know you guys understand. So then, being that, yes, I was 44, automatically high risk. And all the names that they give us for high-risk pregnancies, it is hilarious. They need to change these names for us, I'm telling you. Because, I'm sorry, guys. So, they first called me elderly gravitas. So, when I told my cousin / best friend, I said, girl, they called me elderly gravitas. She said, guys, what are y'all doing? I said, in layman's terms, this old bitch is having a baby. That's pretty much what it is. Or they call it geriatric pregnancy. You know, honestly, it's, you know, these terms are very insulting. I'm sorry. It's very, very insulting. But you know what? I can laugh about it right now. So, um, next, I had to see a perinatal doctor. The first perinatal doctor, her name is Dr. Jones. I'll never forget her. She was so lovely. Black female doctor. And she looked at me, looked at my husband, and she said, you know what? You guys are beautiful. You gotta have a beautiful baby. But unfortunately, Dr. Ruggiero pulled me away from her because I guess she wasn't doing everything that Dr. Ruggiero wanted her to do. So I was switched to another perinatal doctor. Perinatal doctor is another a high risk doctor, high risk pregnancy. So then she referred me to Dr. Webby. He's Egyptian. He looked at me, looked at my chart. He said, so, how'd you get pregnant? Use IVF? I'm like, no. So how'd you get pregnant? So my fiance grabbed my hand and said, please, baby, don't, please don't, please don't, because he knew something filthy was coming out my mouth. So, of course, you know, I had to submit. It's not always easy to do when you've been single as long as I have. But I had to realize that, okay, you know what, you're not going to embarrass your spouse. I'm like, okay, no problem. So I said, I got pregnant the old-fashioned way. You know, a lot of liquor and R. Kelly. And this fool decides to lecture me on how fortunate I am to have gotten pregnant naturally at the age of 44. I said, really, stupid? I'll see you next year. When I do it again, I'm going to do it back to back. I didn't do it. You know, didn't do it. I'm happy with my one. But, you know, I don't know where doctors lose their bedside manner, but along the way, they lose it or they never had it in the first place. When we come to you, especially in our state, it is, you know what, it's the fear of the unknown. We are scared. We are scared, and we're leaning on you to do the right thing by us, including assuring us that we're going to have a great pregnancy, and stop pushing unnecessary procedures on us. So, and a lot of people were saying that, well, you know what, you can have another one because Janet Jackson did it. Look at Naomi Campbell. Look at all these other women who had children in their late 40s going into their 50s. And I'm like, yeah, and you know what? Kudos to them. And I'm happy for them. And, you know, and I'm glad they're experiencing the joy of motherhood. But I am not them because I'm not a celebrity. I'm Dawn Lovell. Because they will never talk to Janet Jackson, Naomi Campbell, Angela Bassett, Gina Davis, Tamron Hall, and the countless other older celebrity women, and even older white women having kids later on in life. They will never talk to them the way these doctors talk to me, because I am just your regular Joe Schmo. Middle class, comfortable. You know what? I am special, but nothing special to them, you know? So, like I said, I don't know where you doctors lose your bedside manner and your compassion, but you lose it at some point, and it is disheartening. And some of you doctors really need to reevaluate how you treat your patients. And a few weeks ago, there was a documentary on OWN, called, I believe it's called Eggs Over Easy, and it's about, you know, women, black women who are on a fertility journey. And there were different women from so many different walks of life. One was an egg donor because she had plenty of eggs. One considered freezing her eggs. Another had 0 eggs and needed donor eggs. And the statistics are disheartening because they said that black women are 5 times more likely to die in childbirth than our Caucasian counterparts. Something has to change because I have to tell you, my team of doctors, they are wonderful, and I'm going to try not to be emotional on this, but they saved my life because I did get preeclampsia when I was having my little girl. And I was in the hospital for 2 weeks and she was born at 34 weeks. God is good because my beautiful baby girl, she was healthy. She only stayed in the hospital for a few days out of for observation, but she progressed very quickly and she is a normal little kid, and it's not luck, it is God. It is our, well, and whoever you worship, God, higher power, Buddha, Hare Krishna, they're all the same. But the universe, all is not luck, okay? It is a blessing. So a lot of women choose to have their children in so many different ways, so many different ages, and you know, all is beautiful and all is great and all is acceptable. I'm not here to judge. All I know is that I did what's best for me. And it was the rest of my pregnancy with the help and support of my family, and I have to tell you, I really lucked out in marrying my husband because not only he's a great man, but I hope my in-laws see and hear this, but my in-laws are the best in-laws in the world, okay? Because they were so supportive. When I was in the hospital, they all, the ones that weren't in town, they all called me to make sure that I'm okay. The ones that were in town, they were at my bedside, supporting both myself and my husband. So, including my family. My family, I listen. Goes to I don't need to really say this because it's automatic. My family, they are amazing. I have the most amazing family in the world. Supportive, loving, all that good stuff. And you know, there's a lot of love and there's a lot of I'm just overjoyed. And now my team of doctors, I gotta tell you, they are annoying, okay? They are annoying as hell. But them being annoying saved my life. Them being annoying had me have a healthy baby. Actually, them being annoying, you know, put my mind so much at ease that I was able to drop 30 pounds, you know, because I'm in a good headspace. So, in conclusion, I'm just addressing the doctors, okay? You need to improve on your bedside manner, okay? Because we come to you scared and we need your help. So that's all I have to say. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning into Things Your Mama Never Told You. Thank you so much. And I'm wearing my little princess crown because, you know, my daughter thinks I'm a princess. So, you know, she put this crown on me. I love her. Take care, guys. Bye.